The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place. That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
Welcome to I Am Prime Minister, where well-known celebs unleash their outrage about life's annoyances and tell you how they'd sort it out.
Every man must experience the period pain.
If you talk or use your mobile phone during a theatre performance, I would taser you.
I don't know whether this fits in, but people who
tell
don't
us.
pick up their dog poo really annoy me.
I Am Prime Minister, the only political podcast that has absolutely nothing to do with politics.
Welcome to I Am Prime Minister, the podcast that invites celebrities, comedians and social media stars to run the country, and we help them fix the things that really annoy them about society. Please don't forget to rate and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, watch us on YouTube and share us on social media. Our brand new Prime Minister is sat here ready to go. It's comedian Stephen Bailey. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
Myself and Lorin Bell-Cross, your new Chief Political Advisor, are here to help you turn your ideas into political reality.
I trust Lorin more than you. He has a laptop.
He's got a laptop. He's also got qualifications in politics. Lorin he's been a special advisor. He's a proper journalist. Like, he knows what he's doing. I'm just here because it was my idea, so they can't get rid of me.
And they needed someone who was, knew about politics and affordable, so I'm here.
Is that how you're here?
Basically.
You should up your rate. You deserve better.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you surprised about your victory?
No, I thought it was only a matter of time that I got here.
Have you ever been interested in politics?
No, but I've been interested in ruling things and being in charge of deciding what happens, because a lot of bad decisions have been made. But I wouldn't say that I have been interested in politics, but I think I'd be a really good boss.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yes.
Oh, I think you'd rule like an M&S with a fist of iron, wouldn't you?
Yes, that is absolutely right. And I think we need a fist of iron, because I think everything's got a bit loosey-goosey. Work ethics have gone. We're making politicians celebrities. I mean, they're as bad as you with their egos of wanting to go in that goddamn jungle. And I just think it's time we run the country. I want a train to run on time again. Yeah. Well, exactly. I don't know, I'm saying it at you, but I'm the Prime Minister. You're going to make trains run on time.
Yeah, great. Now, what is your party going to be called? That's the first thing we need to decide.
Oh, my God.
The Camp Warman Northern Party?
No.
Which I've just read on your agent's website.
That's my voice agent, actually. No, what should my party... The Pink Pussy.
The Pink Pussy Party?
I'm sure there's a gay night in London called the Pink Pussy.
The Pink Pussy?
So am I allowed to call it that?
Yeah, you can do what you like.
Yeah. The Pink Pussy Party.
Okay, the Pink Pussy Party. And... the PPP.
First of all, I'm going to take out no snorting when laughing.
All right.
That's the first thing I'm going to remove.
Just having one of your shows, that won't be a risk.
£50 fine, please. £50 fine.
The Pink Pussy Party, the PPP.
Yeah.
The gay version of the KKK.
I don't want to talk about that.
So, Prime Minister, can we have your first policy idea, please?
Yes. A voice note ban.
Yes.
Ooh. I'm banning voice notes.
Yes.
Or I'm willing to be, talked down about this, Lorin, to a 30-second cap on voice notes.
Oh, yes.
Because I don't need... Do you know what I had? This is what I have all the time. It's been like, hey... You've done this to me.
You do it to me.
Yeah, I know, but I'm at least talking about something. I'll be like giving you the gossip or whatever. Whereas I'll get this. Hey, how are you? Oh, the kettle's just but right. Just let me pour this coffee. And I've not put the washing away yet. I was meant to do that before they ever got me. Anyway, happy birthday.
So they need to be concise. People need to stick to one trail of thought.
Or if you need to waffle, you ring me.
Yeah.
But I think I would prefer a ban. But I'm open to the idea of having a cap.
Okay, interesting. Because I had a voice note the other day from someone who I know not amazingly well. It was actually a booker of a gig.
Yeah.
Got in touch. They sent me a 7-minute voice note.
That's a podcast by that point.
Yeah.
I had to reply going, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to listen to this. You're going to have to tell me the points in a text message.
It's totally unacceptable. I totally get it if it's like your partner and you're going to get on the tube and you're like, I forgot to say we need to get milk.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But anything more than that is not allowed.
But my issue is we'd either have to have our policy so that you get in touch with like the creators of voice notes, like Mr. WhatsApp, and they change it so you physically can only do like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how we would regulate it.
Well, that's the
We
only
can't
way you could do
regulate
it.
fucking all the other wrongness that goes on WhatsApp, so we are gonna struggle.
Yeah.
What other wrongness? Like,
Oh, you know.
Hello, did you not see Matt Hancock? That's how they caught him, wasn't it, with all the WhatsApp messages?
and this new whole WhatsApp honey trap thing.
Exactly.
Where the man, they threatened him on Grindr.
A man called Willie.
A man called Willie on Grindr. William Ragg?
William Ragg.
Yeah. He's just been threatened on. He got basically sent naked pictures on Grindr.
Yeah.
And then they extorted him for other MPs' phone numbers,
Which he then gave
her.
and then was said, got caught out and admitted it, and then everyone said, "Oh, how courageous and wonderful." No, you fucking gave people's numbers away. What'd you do that for?
So do you like properly understand politics?
A little bit. No one really does.
Can
but
you tell me how has this shit show happened? Are we allowed to say shit show?
You can
Yeah,
say
I
whatever
swear.
you like, love.
I am so confused how it's got like the world the country used to be okay. 2002 when Girls Aloud were formed was a great sweet spot in my opinion. And now all of a sudden,
Well, I think humanity peaked in 2007.
do you know what's really interesting? I said 2008. Now I'm willing to let you be right by a year because you're more of an expert. But isn't that funny that I
Yeah.
said 2008?
So
we were
you
at
know
a
more than
sweet
you think
spot.
you know.
Well, I know
So
more.
It's from the iPhone being created, everything just went to shit, in my opinion.
It's so interesting that you say that because I feel like the collapse of society has come from the fact that we've all been segregated and we don't talk to each other anymore, a la my voice note thing, and that we don't have engagement. Like, you know, Matt will just leave like a 10-minute waffle and
Yeah.
not really interested
Yeah,
in me
fuck
at
you, Matt.
all.
Yeah, I mean-
and I just feel like
This isn't meant to be an appraisal of our friendship, you know.
Well, it can be, you know, he's the
excuse
Prime
me,
Minister. He can do what
I'm
he
the
likes.
Prime Minister. I've got some policies to put in place, and friendship appraisals are going to be on that. And does everyone else actually behave properly on this?
No
Do
one
they
tells
actually-
me off like that.
Well, and you've had Jen and Zoe on. That you should have done. So my point is, where is... Like, I think because of lack of communication, we don't talk to each other. You know, even when you go to a shop now, you serve yourself. There's no one there to engage with. Like, I remember Gordon, our news agent, like that from when I was a kid. And you'd go in and you'd get your sweets off Gordon. And now it's Tracy, his wife, and da-da-da. And now there's none of that.
And now there's a praise for like, oh, you can actually turn off the voice of the automatic scanner. That's not, you know. And then they're worried like, oh, we've got rid of all these retail stuff, but everyone's looting all the shops. Oh, well, you know.
Thank you.
So, look, I think there's a theme forming here that you want to get rid of voice notes and things that break up the actual human communication. So how about this? For every second of voice note you leave, you then have to go and spend that much time with the person who you're leaving the voice note with. So it forces a real friendship to happen again.
Well, no, I think that's overkill. I think for the minute, I don't know how, again, you would regulate it, but I don't want your voice note. I want to see you. And if I don't want to see you, you shouldn't be leaving me a fucking voice note.
Okay.
Don't you think that's...
Yeah. Look, I agree. I'm just working out how we regulate
Because
it.
I was saying to someone, a friend, Matt, a big issue I have nowadays, and I think it's a big issue now for a lot of people, is genuinely, I feel like around 2002 to 2008, there were people that, do you know, like, if you're going for a breakup and you quickly needed to get out of the house, there were people that would show up with a boo, with a car, that would help you get it out. Nowadays, people would look at the phone if you rang them at 8 o'clock in the morning and be like, I'll ring them back later, it's a bit early. So no one would actually show up for each other.
Yeah.
So I am actually sort of making a sensible point.
Or worse than that, it'll be the sort of people who will post about intimate details of their life online looking for clout. And it's like, I don't want to see that online. You can either call your close friends about it, asking for help, not just posting it all over the internet for, you know.
Well, I think that's why, because they get like 1,000 likes by going like, ooh, whatever, like that. Then you don't have engagement, and therefore you don't have interest in other people's lives. Like what's going on with anyone else.
No, that's fair enough. I do think there is maybe the way to do this.
We actually had a talk about this in Newcastle where I said, There's no one who just checks in. Are you okay? Are you this? Everyone's too busy. Like, people will go, ooh, have you, like, oh, I saw that you're doing this by this post you did. And it's like, well, you could have known if we'd spoke.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we could charge for voice notes.
Like a £50 fine.
Like, you know, if it goes over 10 seconds, it's £1 a second.
It's like calling abroad, you know, you've got extra rates where you charge people.
So you can leave them, but you really have to want to.
And then once you have been left a voice note, you'd know, okay, fucking hell, it's 7 minutes. This is really serious.
What about if it was like a tenner a voice note?
A tenner a voice note, there we go.
Because I think then you would have to be really like, naturally, I don't need to waffle about that.
And also, like, we're in the age of AI, you can use a transcription software and get the voice note transcribed into a note.
Yeah, I'm just look, I think this is a great place to start. Can we move on to your next policy idea, please?
I need to check.
That's okay.
I don't know how I make this a policy, but I just feel like everyone needs to have a day off and stop having an opinion on absolutely everything. Yeah. Like, you don't need an opinion on everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like, do you know, like, you have those adverts on the tube about smoking? So it's like, you can smoke, but we would advise against it. Yeah. Something like that for opinions. So it's like, you can have an opinion, but I don't need to hear it about bloody everything.
Yeah. But we would advise against it.
Yeah. Well, especially, you know, when people have an opinion about everything.
I don't need to know what Chloe from Towie thinks about the Israel-Hamas war, for example.
Oh, that's the one, isn't it? Like,
that's the one I'd like to know.
Maybe she could solve it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a turn up for the books if Chloe Sims was the one who came up with a perfect 3-state solution?
Oh my!
Whereas Chloe Brockett would lead to nuclear war.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, isn't it? That I tell people now, when people ask me about these big things in the world, especially, they go, "Oh, what do you think about this?" I go, "I don't know about it," and people don't deal with that anymore. Recently, someone tweeted me, going, I don't use Twitter anymore, really. They tweeted going, "Your silence on Israel is deafening." And I was like, what do you need to hear about me from it? Why does it matter what I think about it?
Also, like, your opinion's not really important.
No, it isn't. That's what I'm saying. It isn't important. But
why is someone's side, like, we've got all this going on, and someone's first thought is to go, and Matt Richardson said now.
Well, I think I put something up that was about, like, I'd retweeted a gig I was doing or something like that, and they're like, well, you need to be talking. That's the big thing now, I think, with opinions.
The idea
you either talk about the big thing or you talk about nothing.
Also, the idea in this person's mind that, you know, suddenly Matt Richardson has tweeted and Yahya Sinwar and Hamas are all going to come out of the tunnels and Bibi Netanyahu is going to roll back the tanks just because Matt's tweeted it.
Yeah, just because I've said...
Well, the other thing is about opinions that I have an issue with is going, you only want to hear my opinion if I agree with you.
Yeah.
So you don't want to hear... I mean, can we take it away from how heavy this has gone, guys? But like, you don't want to hear about, like... If I don't fully agree with you, so say you're a Tory voter and I go, I'm a Labour voter.
Yeah.
You don't want to meet me in the middle. You don't want to hear my side of it. You just want to hear. You want me to end up going, I'm wrong, and so that's sort of my issue, and sort of be like, why? Like, sort of like you were just saying then, is like, but there's some things I don't know enough about. I just don't understand it. I'm not smart enough. I've not studied enough. Blah blah blah. Where it's like, so why would I have an opinion on something I don't fully understand?
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people don't have that opinion of going, like, some people spout right shit of stuff they don't understand.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, surely the lesson is shut the fuck up and listen.
Exactly. Like, I think you can have opinions on things that you know about. Like, for example, I know that Charmed is incredibly overrated, the TV show.
I'm not even engaging with you on that. I'll leave you a voice note about
Charmed.
it.
But maybe that's what we need, is either people have to have opinion. Either, right, if you would disagree with someone, maybe we can make this a policy. We have coffee mornings where people who do disagree have to legally spend an hour a week in a room together and thrash it out and be reasonable.
Yes, I like that. You don't even have to thrash it out. Just accept that opinions are different. And I just think, God, isn't it exhausting to always have an opinion on everything? Yeah. Like, you know, absolutely. Like, you see comedians do it where they're like, where they're into, like, their veganism, they're this, they're that, they're whatever, you know, they're and it's like, I just
have a day off.
Have a day off. That's sort of how should we have one day a week where you don't have an opinion? Where you just have to be like a lemming?
Or like a bank holiday, maybe. Like a couple of times a year, we have opinion-free bank holidays.
I'd like once a month.
Once a month. Okay, so there's a day when no one's allowed to share their opinion.
Am I making a dictatorship?
We can do.
Okay.
You know what? It's funny. Every comedian that comes on ends up being a dictator.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you? No, not at all. So once a month, we're going to have an opinion-free day.
Yeah.
And sort of summary fine for anyone caught emoting their opinion. They can do it in person because we like in-person interactions. Yeah. Ideally, they're doing it with someone different, but if they're doing it on socials, grand fine.
Do you want it halfway through the month or at the beginning?
Payday. Do you know what I also think about as well? Is because it's sort of like that. There's an ego attached to opinions nowadays where, because we've done this whole everyone's voice is important, I just think it fucking isn't. And because there's a thing now, like if you put someone on social media, rather than someone go, oh, that's Matt's page, I don't really agree with that, so I'm just going to crack on my life. People think Matt has put that up purposely for me. Like people have that, like I remember putting something up a year ago about some homophobia me and my partner experienced. Someone was like, well, I'm not homophobic. And it's like, I don't know where I wrote. You are, Jenny.
Well, it's the same thing as not all men.
Yeah.
Exactly that. You're like, no one said it was.
Tell you, when I start thinking about this country that I'm now running, I need a vodka in my Diet Coke.
That's fair enough. We can do that.
Yeah, easily.
Okay, so look, an opinion-free day on payday.
Yeah.
Where no one is allowed to share any opinions under threat of prison.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, prison, cool.
Prison or grand fine, because we want to make money off these idiots. So we don't want them to cost us money, whereas if we're making money off their stupidity...
About if you've caught doing an opinion, you have to try and fix the thing you had an opinion on?
Like a community survey.
Yes, so say, for example, on Opinion Free Day, you go, well, I think Coronation Street shit. You then have to go and try and fix the problem you think Coronation Street has, and then you'll realise it's not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah, I like that. Could we do
set.
both? Could they do...
Depending on the severity. So it ranges from community payback, sweeping the set of Corrie to...
As Prime Minister, I would like every fine we do for everything that we put in place that people don't abide to, I would like us to go as severe as possible with punishment. Because I think, well, do you know, like it used to...
That always happens with comedians as well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to be that basic. But I just feel like all this, like, ooh, gentle, like, it doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work. Get them all. And also, if a prison's overrunning, who gives a shit? Get more of them in a cell. They shouldn't have done something wrong in the first place. Yeah. You want space? Stop breaking my rules. That's right.
Prison. Okay,
well, they
prison.
say they don't say that anymore, do they? Like, if a bully hits you, hit them back. They're like, try and understand them. No, thump them.
The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.
Man, that sunset is gorgeous.
Grill, patio, sunset. Hard to get better than that. Unless you're browsing Carvana's inventory while you soak it all in.
Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort, meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today.
Can we have your final policy, please?
Right, my final policy. I think we should kick homophobes out of the country.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Go on.
There are still countries where it is illegal to be homosexual in our world. The UK is not one of them. So if you want to be homophobic and gay bash, there are other places for you to go.
Ironically, Rwanda.
That I don't want to talk about that. But where I can't go to those places.
So you go.
So why don't you go? And I'll stay here and I'll be happy being homosexual and you can go over there and you don't have to see it.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's that thing of the same people that go, if you don't like it, go back to your own country. We're like, well, if you don't like it, fuck off out of this one.
Yeah. I sort of just feel like there is a solution.
Yeah.
Like, rather than me getting slagged off every time I hold my boyfriend's hand on a
Also,
tram.
you're wrong on Rwanda, because Rwanda and Djibouti are the only East African countries where homosexual acts are in fact legal. So,
Oh, lovely. Well, I
so you
apologise.
can go to Rwanda.
But I think there are like quite nice countries though. Like, is Jamaica, is it illegal? I think.
I think so. Let me double check.
Are there lots of countries you wouldn't expect, and you think, oh gosh, it's still quite illegal?
Yeah. It's not. I think people have an idea in their head what people mean when they say that. Like, it's just, not the great countries. Whereas there are. I think I might be right with that, but I also might be wrong.
Yeah, it is. There's very conservative there, and I think there's
That's not, you're not going to a sandals then?
legally punishable by imprisonment. It says.
Wow.
So it's like, I just feel like there are so many countries. I think it's 49. Fact check. But where you could go, where it's like, well, where am I going to go? Like, so why don't you go? And you don't have to see me holding my partner's hand.
Yeah.
And I'll just stay here holding my partner's hand. And then both people are happy.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, actually, rather than me express your hate crime and then there never be any evidence.
So they're
to
just
do it,
gone.
we just put you somewhere else and you don't have to see it because it clearly offends you so much that you've got to talk out loud about it.
Yeah.
So, because so many people probably are like homophobic and don't want to see it and don't say it. Back to our opinions one.
It's fine. Keep it to yourself.
We all have opinions. But the ones that are hateful, threaten people, stab people, okay, let's send you to somewhere where so you don't have to see it and we can be safe.
We could be really ironic with it and send them to the Isle of Man.
64 countries apparently have laws that criminalise homosexuality.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, fine. And they can pick a cold one or a sunny one.
It's up to them. As long as they're happy. That's all we all want, isn't it? Everyone to be happy.
I think this is... Look, I've got no notes on this one.
I think that's a sensible... I just think sometimes when people are like, oh, what's the solution? I've really got you on.
And I suppose if you want to stay here, you think twice about saying anything out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it here, so I just will keep it to myself.
Yeah. Maybe their attitudes have changed because they like it so much.
Look, with these homophobes, as long as they do it in their own houses and don't rub your face in it.
Exactly. It totally is that. But it is like... I just can't think of another...
No, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Can you still say scally?
I guess so.
Yeah.
So, like, there was these 3 scally lads in Manchester. 3 little, like... white boys being all like, threatening like me and Rich.
What did they say?
They were just like, oh, fuck. I don't want to say really because it was awful. And so then you go, right, well, okay, you 3 little scally lads. Off you go to...
Scally's like chav, right? But
like
normal.
Yeah.
Like there's 69 countries where you've got options to be, and then me and Rich will just walk round
Having a fine time.
having a nice time in Didsbury. It's in Didsbury, it's a posh area, it shouldn't be happening.
No, it shouldn't be happening. What country could they go to?
Of the 64?
Yeah, what's a good one?
64.
Well, Jamaica's one of them, I think. Let me have a
Lovely.
look.
They can go to a sandals.
I don't know what that means.
It's a holiday. They're a chain of resorts, aren't they?
Yeah, apparently Antigua and Barbuda declared a law criminalising... Oh, no, that was unconstitutional. So there's a lot of changes that have been happening positively. So, but there's others where it hasn't. So like Botswana ruled in favour of decriminalising homosexuality. That's a good thing. That's 2019. So there's some changes where it happened. And there's some where... obviously it's not as they could go to Iran if they want to go. That's just punishment enough for homophobia. It's like, okay, you want to be homophobia? Go to one of the most homophobic countries. Off to Iran with you. See how you like
we can
it
all
there.
agree.
Yeah. I just think that is a set. Like, people are always like, what's the solution? I think that is a very sensible solution.
Yeah. Fine. Done.
Yeah.
Easy.
Solved.
Well, look, I think the Pink Pussy Party is going to be very successful in government with things like, banning voice notes. Well, we're going to charge £10 per voice note. There's going to be one day of opinion-free chat a month. And finally, homophobes to be exported. Exported?
Exported, deported,
Deported is the word I was looking for.
Well, then also, because all the immigrants that the racists don't want in, well, we can we've got room for them because we've got rid of all the homophobes.
Prime Minister, you're currently on a tour of debates around the country. Well, it's a stand-up comedy tour.
Dick jokes.
Yeah,
I need to be really clear about this.
Is it all dick jokes?
Yes, the show is called Crass.
Great.
And I am crass all the way through it.
I have to say you as well, you're incredible. I'm sure this show is brilliant. If you want to see Stephen on tour, which you should go and do, go to stephenbaileycomedy.co.uk
to find out more. Thanks, babes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I Am Prime Minister is a Viral Tribe production. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube at I Am PM.